Hello, welcome back to the interface. My name's Alex and today we're looking at the SsangYong Musso. This truck is a mid-sized pickup truck, sort of similar sized if not a little bit bigger than the Ford Ranger. There's some dimensions on screen. SsangYong is a South Korean company. They've been making vehicles since 1954 and sort of lately they've been focusing on trucks and sort of SUVs. They've got one electric car on sale as well. The Musso name has been used on SUV vehicles and pickup trucks over the last 2 decades. This version we have here is the Q200 version, launched in 2018, and this one is a mild facelift. So we've got some extra technology inside, bigger 12.3-inch screens and that driver's display window inside. So in this video we're going to look around the whole vehicle, see what we get inside and then take it for a drive. So the pricing for the Musso in the UK starts from £30,933, working our way up to the Saracen Plus, which is £41,313. This one we have in for test is the Saracen, which is £39,813. A couple of options on this one. We've got the top rollover, which is £1,300, and also the black paint, which is £690. In terms of other colours, not many options available. We've got white, which is free, and grey, red and black are £690. So looking around the front of the car, we've got the big grille here, a nice tall bonnet as we see on other pickup trucks, SsangYong badge on the front there, LED headlights down here, daytime running lights and some front parking sensors. Just looking around the side of the Musso, we've got quite a nice chunky design here. Got a step down here which is useful to get in the cab if you're short like me. It doesn't come on every model of the Musso either. We've got electrically folding mirrors here. We've also got the Saracen badging there, which is quite nice. We've got 18-inch alloy wheels here, which are black gloss. And then we've got on-road tyres, which do have pretty good performance off-road too. So just looking on the back of the truck, we've got large Musso branding here. We've got also SsangYong down there. Got quite prominent 4x4 badging to tell you that it can go off-road. Also got a tow bar down here with a 13-pin socket for hooking up to a trailer. Got a fantastic rear view camera. This looks like it's really good resolution, and what you can do is you can see all the way down to the tow bar and quite a good distance ahead of you as well. And then a really good wide angle where you can see quite a lot of the rear of the vehicle. So as I've had the vehicle, been parking in quite some tight spaces, and the addition of the rear view camera makes driving and parking the Musso quite easy. So just getting into the back of the truck, we've got a handle to pull here, and we've got the tailgate that pulls down, and you can stand on this bed if you need to. Just looking in there, we've got 130 centimetres of length, width is 157 centimetres, 57 centimetres of height. We've got rotating hooks for securing cargo. And then this bed here can handle quite an impressive payload. So 1,095 kilograms, so just over a ton for the automatic models. And then it's got a towing capacity of 3.5 tons as well. And then to close the rollover cover, all you need to do is pull this with the string here. This automatically locks, and there's a little key cover as well there. So just looking at the front seats of the Musso, we've got quite a rugged design. Everything feels like it's really well screwed together. So we've got plastic materials here. There's not really much any fabric at all. We've got quite a soft material here, but it feels like it's going to last a long time. Feels like it's really screwed together quite well. We've got leather wrapped steering wheel here with multifunctional modes. So we've got the controls here for the driver's display there. Got a 12.3-inch display with support for all manner of kind of things of views for the tachometer and the speedometer. We've got the media controls here. We've got a heated steering wheel on this model as well, which is quite nice on those crisp winter mornings. We've got automatic lights here, automatic wipers. Got hill descent control down there. We've got traction control button there. And we've got a parking assist turn off there. Got some controls here for the windows. It's got the automatic down on the driver's side here. We've got electric windows all round as well. We can lock all the windows, and we can fold the mirrors in if we want to as well. And we've got the adjustment for the mirrors there. Down here on the Saracen model, we do get the automatic climate control system as well. And then we've got a 12.3-inch infotainment screen with support for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. However, on the Musso, it isn't wireless at all. We've got wired Apple CarPlay. There's some USB ports down here. Thankfully, they are USB-C, so SsangYong is at least up to date with that sort of technology. Quite a nice feature on a truck actually is the fact we've got cooled seats and heated seats, both of which are 3-stage. Lovely to use, very quick to warm up. And it's, again, nice on those winter mornings. We've got keyless start on this model as well, so we've got a start engine stop button there. Just click it once to turn the ignition on, and then the screen takes a few seconds to spring into life. Down here we've got the gear shifter. It's a 6-speed unit from Aisin. Very nice to use, shifts quite easily, shifts quite smoothly as well, so not going to have a problem in that sort of front. We can shift it into manual mode down there, and we've got the little button on the side there to shift between gears 1 through 5. We've got a manual handbrake, which is nice to see. We've got 2 big cup holders there, and then down here we've got the drive selector. So we can choose between 2-wheel drive high. So by default, the Musso is rear-wheel drive only, and we've got 4 high as well. It's got a little snow icon, and then we've got the 4 low as well. And then in here we've got quite a nice deep center console bin. I usually sort of use that to store the key. There's no real place to store your phone. There is a little place there to store your phone a little bit, but you can get, as you can see here, the cables do get in the way quite easily. And we've got quite a nice big glove box there that is locked with a key. Looking up here, we've got icons here for seatbelt reminders. It tells you what seats in the vehicle don't have the seatbelts done up. got some little lights up here. The lights unfortunately don't come on when you stop the vehicle, so if you park up and turn the engine off, the lights don't come on by themselves. You've got to open the doors to do that. That's a minor niggle, to be honest. And then the door mirrors are really good size. Obviously, being quite a big pickup truck, manoeuvring it on the British roads can be a little bit tricky. So thankfully, we've got nice big door mirrors there. And then the addition of the rear view camera really helps that as well. And also we've got the climate control system, which can be a little bit finicky. It's all touch capacitive, which might be a problem if you're wearing gloves, but it does seem to work okay. One thing it does do is take over the entire infotainment screen when you're controlling the heating and that sort of thing, so it can be a little bit tricky. But the performance of Apple CarPlay and having the built-in sat-nav and all the radio systems seem to work pretty well. I have noticed in some rural locations the DAB does cut out quite often, but your mileage may vary with that. So just looking at the back seats, the Musso, we've got a decent amount of space actually. For a pickup truck, there's a good amount of space in here. So just looking at the legroom I've got, so I'm 5'7", we've got a little bit of room between the driver's seat and my knees. This seat is set up for my driving position, and because it's an automatic, I typically sit a little bit further back than I would in a manual. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with the amount of space back here. Got sort of a durable, waterproof mat on the floor there, which does crumple a little bit. We've got a tiny load hump there. One thing I do really like is the fact we've got heated seats in the back of this vehicle as well. So there are some buttons on the door cards here, and you can click that and you can get the heated seats to work. But they heat up really quickly. Got some air vents back here. There aren't any USB-C ports back here, so there's no way to charge any devices in the rear. But that's not really a problem really. I don't think many people with pickup trucks take that many people in their vehicles with them. We've got some big handles here to get in and out of the vehicle, which is really good because it is quite tall. We've got some mat pockets in the back, but overall, a lot of the materials in this vehicle seem quite durable, which is obviously what you want in a pickup truck. It's got very hard plastics here, quite wiped down leathery materials. Got quite hard plastics on the door here as well. And again, that rubberized matting on the floor. In the middle here, we've got a armrest, which is really solid. There's two cup holders there for the rear seats. One thing I found a bit odd is that the middle seat does have a lap belt, which in 2023 does seem a bit of an odd choice. So got a lap belt here. I've not seen this on any vehicles recently at all. The only thing I can think of is some old 4x4s from the 90s, but one thing you do have to do is bear in mind that the lap belt only works on the socket given for it, so if you try and use it with the normal seat belts, it won't actually go in. So that's one thing to bear in mind, but this is a really odd choice, and personally I don't think I would risk using this unless it was a real emergency. And then this entire bench does fold down in one go, so I'll just demonstrate that now. So to fold the rear seats down, all you need to do is the handle here, and the entire bench just come down in one go. And then we got quite a nice flat space, so if you are going away, you can put your suitcase in there without them rolling around. And then what SsangYong have done is put some of the toolkit in the back there, so we've got some of the emergency kit there and the tyre pressure pump. So what's the SsangYong Musso like to drive? Well, I've been driving this around for a few days now, and it's really good. I haven't driven many pickups in my time, but this feels like it's a really well-made one. As I mentioned in some of the interior shots, the interior cabin is really good quality. It feels like it's going to last a very long time, and that lends itself nicely to the 5-year, 100,000 mile warranty which SsangYong offers on this vehicle, which is really good. Now the transmission is an automatic 6-speed unit from Aisin. It changes gear really smoothly, and if you accelerate, you get a tiny bit of delay, and then you're on your way. And that gearbox is mated to the 2.2 litre diesel engine which we've got on this vehicle, which is turbocharged, and we've got nearly 200 brake horsepower. 130 mile an hour top speed, which is perfectly fine for this sort of vehicle. You don't need much more really. In terms of the ride quality, well, being a pickup truck, it's really designed to be full of stuff. Now I've got it obviously empty, and one thing to bear in mind is the long wheelbase model has leaf springs at the back, and this is the short wheelbase model, and it's got coils all around, and it does tend to be a little of a bouncy ride. So as I said, I've got nothing in the bed back there, and it is quite fidgety over bumps and potholes, and if you do go over a bump with one of the front wheels, you feel it throughout the entire cabin. Now obviously a pickup truck is not designed to be comfortable. Well, it's not designed to be just carrying passengers. It's designed to carry a lot of things in the back, so obviously it's designed to carry a lot of load. And as I mentioned in the exterior shots, what this thing can carry is one of its main selling points. Now in terms of the driver modes, we've got some driver modes down here, and we can cycle between eco, power and winter. I haven't really found much difference in between all those three, but I will put the differences on screen. And then also we've got the option down here for 2-wheel drive, so it's rear-wheel drive by default. And I will tell you that if you're going around a roundabout on a very wet day like it is today, do be careful that it's not going to oversteer, because if you do go around the roundabout and then give it a bit of acceleration, the vehicle will oversteer. And we've got 4-wheel drive high in the middle as well, and then that is really needed again on a day like today to stop you oversteering. And then you've got 4-wheel drive low as well, so that's used for off-roading, used for bumpy stuff really. In terms of the economy for this truck, SsangYong quote 35 miles per gallon, and I can say I've been getting about 33 miles per gallon over the last 680 miles. So that's a very mixed bag of roads. That's motorway use quite a bit. Got A roads, B roads as well, and also some country lanes. And it's not bad. A full tank will cost you about 115 quid at the moment. With the diesel prices currently, we've got a 75 litre diesel tank as well. But yeah, don't expect amazing fuel economy for this sort of thing. It is obviously a big slab that's trying to force its way through the air. So yeah, you're not going to get massively good fuel economy, but it is getting roughly what SsangYong quote, around 33 mpg. So that is some sort of silver lining. Now, being quite a big vehicle, you would expect the visibility to be quite poor. And you are sat really high. The bonnet is encroaching on some of your visibility, but having parked this in multi-stories, driven it through some Devon country lanes, not a problem. And I don't really drive anything this big usually. I've got quite a small car. Got some big door mirrors here. As I mentioned earlier, the rear view camera on this car is absolutely impeccable. I don't know what sort of sensor SsangYong have used, but it's fantastic. You can see right down to the tow bar and all the things you need to see. And even on a rainy day like today, it's not really affecting the visibility. So after 680 miles in the SsangYong Musso, what do I think about this vehicle? Well, I haven't really had a chance to test the low capacity of this vehicle and go over what SsangYong claim. But some of the figures I mentioned earlier in the video, it really is an impressive vehicle if you're carrying a lot of load. Also, the competitive price of the entry-level model are just over £25,000, ex VAT obviously, is a really, really good proposition compared to what Ford and other vehicles are offering. Combine that with the good build quality inside, the really good 12-inch infotainment screen, the addition of Apple CarPlay and USB-C ports, I don't think you can go wrong with the SsangYong Musso. So go and test drive one, see what it's like to drive, and I think you'll be really impressed with it. So that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching this video from the interface. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check out our website, theinterface.uk, for more information about what we make and do. My name's Alex, and we'll see you again next time.